Hey YouTube, how's it going? This is NEStalgiaholic. A figure with a new Robin Hood movie being released recently. I wanted to show you some Robin Hood figures that are actually my brother's. These aren't my figures. I borrowed them for this video. I want to show you what he has. There's 3 figures here. There's about 8 in the set. This is kind of a short-lived line. Came out by Kenner back in the early 90s, 91 to be more specific, to kind of correlate with the release of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, which actually is one of my favorite Robin Hood movies outside of Men in Tights. I absolutely love Men in Tights. But this is a great movie, and on my opinion, this is probably one of the last good movies that Kevin Costner's released or has made. But that's just my personal opinion. But let's get back to the line. Came out by Kenner, which if you guys remember, Kenner was the company that made Star Wars back in the early 80s, late 80s as well. And they even made the new Power of the Force 2 line starting in 1995. Got bought out by Hasbro, and now Hasbro owns all of Kenner rights. But this is kind of a lull between Star Wars, because back in the early 90s, Star Wars was in a huge line. In fact, there weren't being any figures made for line. So they made other movies, and this is one of them. This is Robin Hood. I really like the cover to this. The artwork's great. It really fits the theme of the movie. These figures are about 3.5 to 4 inches long. Let's check out the back here. There are 8 figures that are on the back, so I'm assuming that's all that were in the set. Like I said, it was a very short-lived set. What's cool here is the crossbow, or the long arrow. You actually can fire the crossbow, which is really cool. And it shows you instructions how to do that. There's 8 characters. There's Robin Hood, crossbow, longbow. There's Dark Warrior, Asim, Morgan Freeman's character, this is one of the very first movies I've seen with Morgan Freeman. I remember watching back in the early 90s. Friar Tuck, Sheriff of Nottingham, Will Scarlet, and Little John. And these are different play sets. What's interesting, if you notice the Sherwood Forest play set, that's actually the same play set as Ewok Forest for the Star Wars line. And this is the battle wagon was actually used for Ewok accessory as well. So Kenner reused a lot of them old molds, kind of saved money, and actually fit pretty well. The color schemes are a little different. This is more dark green and brown as well, where the Ewok Forest was a little lighter shade of color. So that's always interesting, and I've always wanted to hunt down one of those Sherwood Forest play sets, but they're pretty rare, even on eBay and stuff like that. But these figures are pretty well detailed. This guy, they're very strong. I mean, look, he's got a 6-pack. He's got pecs. For some reason, Kenner, and they did the same thing with the Power of the Force 2 line when they released the Star Wars figures back in 1995. They made him buff and bulky, and I guess the reason they did that is because, WWF was really popular, and they felt kids wanted muscular figures. That's kind of interesting. But that is the crossbow one. Here's a longbow figure, and he's got, nice cloth, clothes, which is cool. Look at his, looks like he's wearing tights. And look at just the detail of his legs is obviously very muscular. And this is a different photo than obviously of Kevin Costner in the other one. And this actually fires as well. Okay, but pretty much it has information about the character itself. And they got the Kenner and copyright 1991, made in China, proof of purchase as well. And finally, this one's kind of loose. It's opened up, unfortunately, but it's yelled over the years as well. This is Asim. This is Morgan Freeman's character. Let's actually see the back. As you can see, there's nothing really special about this figure, no firing weapons or anything like that, but a little different layout than before. You get the 4 accessories, etc., so forth. Let's actually take this figure out since it's already opened, and he comes with a little sword, and it's interesting. He's got cloth. This is almost like a pleather material, and he doesn't really bend. His knees don't bend or anything like that. It's not very. He doesn't articulate very much, but head probably spins a little bit. So anyway, this is my review of this line of Robin Hood figures. I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, take care. Thanks, YouTube. Bye-bye.